To Karandrin role-playing. It's episode 38 of Brise's Tale. Welcome back. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Crack Palantir. I am your host and game master for this episode 38, a very exciting one. And as always, Max is here to play the Paladin Brise. She has had an interesting episode last episode. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, we'll go over the synopsis in a little bit. But it was very interesting, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen next because could be very dangerous. Could be a very short session. Very short stream. Indeed.
Yeah, we so probably the least interesting thing that happened was that we learned that Verlag is expanding and has now recruited a fairly powerful apprentice. And we got to meet her, a woman named Agia, who is now been recruited by Verlag and is going to be studying under her and running errands for her, which is probably good for Brise, wouldn't you say, Max?
Yes. So it means she can talk to me less and have a kind of an intermediary.
Right. So a little less pressure on Brise. And so Brise was teleported away by some sort of magical trap, and Agia was able to resolve that and bring her back from 200 miles or so away, and we got Brise back to Lady Miagrol's keep. The goblin woman the goblin noble who's been helping with Adabir and Brise's efforts to free Kralum. But what else did we learn, buddy?
Well, in getting back, I found out that a couple episodes ago, when I had told the Great Eagles to try to search out Kralum, it turns out they did find him and have been trying to free him by throwing rocks at his chains, at his manacles, and ended up injuring him in the process, tearing his arm off. Now Kralum is pretty pissed, rightfully so. That led a whole bunch of chain of events to happen. So he showed up to me, told me all this, and yeah, he's very weakened right now. Can't even resist Veralag's ability to draw his power too much. He's having trouble keeping his animal shape. He seems pretty upset is an understatement with me as well. So I have to kind of watch out for anything he might try to, out of spite, we're worried he might do something to endanger me as well, foil my plans.
Yeah. Sort of behind the scenes, of course, I've been rolling all kind of possibilities and things, and it's not even it's really not even on the books to for him to try to if he kills you, it doesn't do him any good,
right? So hopefully he realizes that he doesn't. But it is kind of a dangerous position. I do have to mediate between and Verlag and the Eagles and all these other people. But yeah, now the Eagles are where Verlag appeared and brainwashed all of them except for Korakyle, their leader. He's the one who remembers the location of the mountain and the that Kralum is lurking there still. And so now I have a choice to accompany, go see Korakyle and see what his next kind of move is to address, as he said, the great powers of the world.
He's got some meeting that he's setting up with allies of his. Apparently, we don't know who they are. And the question is, what to do about this great evil in the mountain and this greater evil that drove the Eagles away.
Also, we learned that Adabir is kind of pursuing some of his own intentions as well, and was I might be kind of moving away from his um I don't know what the word is, his allyship,
Well, you've certainly
his
there's a distance now between you,
yeah,
because you revealed to him that you would set the eagles upon um, Kralum and injured him, and
right.
in his outburst, he
Well, you know what's funny? Specifically, well, I told Adabir they were trying to free him, and that got him. He was in conniptions. He
yes.
doesn't even know Crowlum's injured.
Oh, I see. That's right.
So I'm gonna write that down. Got to be careful not to share that information.
and and yeah, clearly he is what he revealed was that he is counting on Kralum. His ability to drain Kralum's power was not just to benefit humanity, as he has stated, but is more immediately to rejuvenate his very elderly body.
Yes,
Um, and so
rejuvenate certain parts of his elderly body.
just one. He's a guy. So predictable.
Hey, Bunny Bakery, welcome to the
Oh,
show.
Bunny Bakery. Hey, since we've got somebody up on the chat, I'm going to go ahead and post our. Well, that is really weird. That is not what that was supposed to do. I'm going to post our all our links and everything.
Mhm.
Um, but
Linky links.
so yeah, so a lot of very big movements here. We don't know what Adabir's next move is. We don't know what Kralum's next move is. Um, where did we leave off exactly? You were,
Um, so I just had a conversation with Rhea, servant of Korakyle, the eagle, and I've just told her that yes, I will accompany them, on this journey, and that I'll find a place that is more available for them to communicate with me. That's not, the keep
right.
somewhere in this wilderness. So, and they just departed, and I think where are we in like the evening or?
Is it like mid afternoon? No, because that's right. You were,
Teleported in like late afternoon back to
and
the
you spent some time in your room just processing everything.
yes, quite a while. Yeah.
So
Um, so we didn't really say what time of day it is, but it's definitely very late afternoon or sometime in the
let's say early evening.
evening. Okay.
Um, you probably not more than an hour or so of daylight left.
Yeah.
You're on the road into town between the keep and down into the valley um, toward Ballabry.
I have no, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
YouTube seems to be down right now. I just see Quinn left a comment. Gee, I sure hope I don't fall asleep waiting for anyone to show up. That would be just awful. So it
Oh,
says, YouTube is waiting for us.
weird. Let me see.
That happened last week, if I recall, or 2 weeks ago.
That's strange. I show no problem here on either Twitch or YouTube.
Oh yeah, and Bunny Bakery commented through YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Hmm.
just have to wait. Now it's working. Wait, YouTube. What in the world? So
Yeah,
if you
weird.
refresh the page on a YouTube stream, it doesn't work. We're up. It's good.
All right, strange. Um,
Sorry for that.
yeah, really weird. We're sorry if you're having difficulties. Um, yeah, really strange.
Right. So early evening. This just happened.
So off she flies, and
Yes.
what would you like to do? It's been
So let's gotta take mind you do some decision making here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a strained relationship with Crowley. You got a strained, hopefully not broken relationship with Adabir.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, are there ways? I mean, I guess, is there a way to repair those relationships? Is there?
right.
Um,
For sure. I mean, I recall I was waiting for Adabir to, waiting outside his door and then to like kind of come in and continue the conversation, but my impatience got the better of me. And so it might be worth going back now and seeing if I can amend that.
hey, Obi-Wan, glad you could join us.
Hello, hello. I did tell guards did see me leave the keep, but I'm sure
Yeah,
if I walk back in, it won't be a problem.
yeah. You can always say the eagle made you nervous. That's why they
Yeah,
were hesitant to let you leave anyway.
exactly. So
Um,
So I could go back and do that. Also, I know Aldruff is supposed to be here tomorrow morning, estimated.
yeah,
What we're told. So I'm a little hesitant about leaving the keep.
yeah. I don't
For,
think that would be anywhere near your thoughts, really. I mean, that just
yeah,
said to leave. And certainly, if ever you needed emotional support from Aldrich, it's now.
yeah.
Uh,
So I think the decision will be let's go back. Let's see if we can talk with Adabir and let's stay put at the keep for the time being.
roll
Um,
for me.
28.
Uh, is it worth? Um, is it worth approaching some of Adabir's apprentices that
Mhm.
he is recruited, and get more information? Now, you can go a couple
Hmm.
ways with that. In some ways, you can just say, "Well, I just want it to be. How should I fix this relationship?
Yeah.
You've worked with him um, more. They've worked with him more day to day. They probably have more hours with him than you have.
Yes.
The other route to take is, do you find out who knew what was going on? That he was really seeking first and foremost to rejuvenate his youthfulness, right?
Yeah. And
Or
how deep does that go? Is that just, he was hesitant to share that with me, or was that like more of a sinister kind of
right.
um
I mean, I can't. I mean, I guess it can't be more sinister than it sounds, right?
right.
The only question is, did he ever have any intention of helping humanity?
Yeah.
Um,
That's true.
but I'm trying to think, in your research when you first came across Adabir, because you actually read about him in books. Did it mention his benevolence there? Do you recall?
That's a good question. Let me see if I can find that.
It would have to be his first reference, right, in your
Yeah, in my
notes.
notes here. It might be far back enough that it's like in the handwritten notes. I might need to
Oh,
look.
that's true. The
Yeah, no, I don't have it here. All I recall is that it was an encounter with a demon. That was like the document, so it might not have been enough to show his
right.
full
Well,
personality.
what I'll do, I'll roll for it then, because to see sort of what impression it gave you of him, even from the book.
Sure.
So
The book
yes.
is authored by Adabir. He's a wonderful human.
So yes, generally the book cast him as someone who was not seeking contact with demons for his own gain,
Right.
but it was to reduce their harm and to find a ways of turning them toward man's good,
Right.
civilization's good, if you will. Both sexist and racist for me to say man, but um, he at
Right.
least had a reputation throughout his career of this being a goal of his.
Right.
And it may be that he just knows that he's sort of at the end of that goal and he wants to
True.
extend his life to pursue that.
So that itself kind of tempers my, disappointment with maybe
right. You just wish he had trusted you.
Yeah.
Did we? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, going back to the original point with apprentices, I like that idea of at least approaching them first. Finding out more info on his plan and ways to like mend our relationship.
Right. Let me. I don't know why I didn't have this. I don't know why it closed. I never have my databases closed, but they were closed. So. What am I doing? Oh, I was going to do this. All righty. Gotta figure out a different way of doing this. Where's my... I feel like I'm missing one of the... Oh, no. Okay. I've got all three of his apprentices. That's right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I remember two of them. There's the bird one, and then there's the guy with...
So that's the bird one. The bird one is Doshrik. And then you've got a female goblin.
Oh, right.
And that's Batherin. Here, I'll send you that spelling.
And then the human with orange hair.
Yeah, there's that spelling.
Got it.
And then, sorry, let me hop back. That is the wrong document. Sorry, give me just a second. Tegriv.
Right.
Tegriv, has got a thing for you, so you may not be super comfortable.
Yeah, forgot he did try to sway me a little bit.
Oh, that's probably what that is. Okay.
Okay.
So head back
to
the keep. They're still on moderate alert, although the tension has dropped some, because no doubt they haven't seen an eagle in a while.
Right. So we'll just go into the house and see if I can ask around for any of his servants or any of his apprentices.
Right.
Hopefully, Doshrik or Batherin, more specifically.
They, you stop a maid, and the maid tells you that none of them have been seen for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So glad that roll messed up.
Could I just, I mean, it seems like she's lying, right? I guess she wouldn't be told.
I mean, it's a hard, you're welcome to make the roll. Go ahead.
Yeah. In case someone told her to say that. 58.
She does not appear to be lying.
Okay. Check behind her back, see if her fingers are crossed.
That's what goblins do. You know them, buddy.
That's when you roll really good on it, like a lie perception. Just you were crossing your fingers when you said
that's right, sucker. Fool, you fool. Um, so with that avenue shot down, what's next?
Yeah, is there might
Find
be better.
I was
Sorry.
going to find Burlow and check on Adabir's state.
Yeah, I would definitely talk with Burlow first and see if he's ready to be seen again, or if he wants to send for me when he's comfortable. In this type of situation, I defer to the person in power here.
Yeah,
Not really barging myself.
right. Um, yeah, you find Burlow readily enough.
Okay.
He tells you that that he has calmed himself, and after he flew into that rage, there wasn't much left in his in his tanks, and he fell to a fitful sleep.
All right.
He did mention to me that he would want to see you tomorrow, so
Okay.
I would endeavor to stay around. Um,
Fair enough. Might it be worth asking Burla about Adabir's plans? Do you think he might have some info, or no? Is that I haven't really gotten that,
well, with your experience with servants, unless I mean, Burlow seems fond of him,
Right.
so he won't give you any information. Um, he won't reveal any confidence
Right.
unless he feels it's in his master's best interest.
Right.
Um, so I mean, if you have
Yeah.
something along those lines, then good. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I could phrase the question in a way that I don't know would you know what I mean, to like make it seem like in his best interest. Say like
sure.
the art, like what I could say to him is, the argument came about. We had a disagreement about how the plan was going along. It would help if I knew um, more of what Adabir was planning, or I guess more along the lines of if he had any intentions that I wasn't aware of. Phrase
Now,
it
do
like
you think Burlow would be privy to that, though?
that's what I'm saying. I know it's a long shot,
Yeah,
so maybe it's not even worth bringing it up. It would just seem suspicious.
yeah. I mean, I wonder if there's something that would help. What you need is evidence more than anything. Um,
Hmm.
how things are progressing. I mean, I guess asking Burlow, if he knows what tasks the apprentices
Oh yeah, true.
are
He
engaged
might be
in.
privy to that. Yeah. So I can ask about that. I like it would. I was curious to see the apprentices, but they were reportedly gone for several days. Do you know what Adabir sent them off to do? Question mark. Exclamation point. Upside down question mark.
Send an emoji. That'll help.
So I love the thinking emoji.
That's right. Um, only that it was vital to his research.
Okay.
Um, hmm. um, but they should be back tomorrow evening at the latest.
Okay.
Is certainly his hope. He did ask after them once you left, asked if they had returned. Um, roll for me.
35.
So with Kralum and Adabir now at odds with you, do you have any concerns about Aldruf being here in the midst?
Yes. A lot actually, and that's what I was wondering about when he gets here tomorrow, how that's going to go down. It's a lot to unpack, like to.
Yeah, I mean, and there may not be anything you can do. Don't mistake worry with power.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of our the part of the human condition, right? It's
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm worried
Absolutely.
that my loved one is on the road and traveling in bad weather. Well, continue worrying because you've
Yeah,
done what you can do now.
absolutely. I've experienced that many times over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, like, I guess one possibility is if things do seem kind of hot here, it's possible for, I mean, Aldrich to be in town instead. Um, but I don't even know if
Yeah,
that
it's
changes anything.
not
'Cause he's
really. I
still
mean,
like
yeah, I mean,
still
she's
like
gonna
in
have
proximity, is still there.
right. If they know where he is, then he is in danger.
Right.
Um,
But the other thing is, I guess we should answer the question now is like, do I feel bad about him kind of walking into the keep? Kind of him might be putting himself in danger.
well,
Um,
and that's something, of course, you can, be upfront with him about very directly,
true, true.
um, and, saying, you know, the situation's very, is very complex now. Um,
Yeah, I mean, all I have to say is just like things have been very tense at the keep.
mhm,
There are a lot of jealousies being flown around.
mhm,
That'll probably do it. Yeah, okay. I think it maybe we'll just defer to him.
yeah.
I was wondering if I just feel if I'm putting him in danger, but I guess I mean I
I mean,
feel like everywhere I go is going to be danger anyway. So
well, yes. I mean, the thing is though that you've got, you have very cunning people that you are now sort of in the midst of, right?
yes,
And he's um the
he's a
question is
sailor,
going to well, the question is like to what degree will he be used or to force you into action?
right? And that's what I'm saying. Does that warrant me like taking action before it gets here?
Right.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it would just be bad to because like it's like almost like a trust thing. It's like, well, he can show up here and at least to see him again. It would be
Right.
um,
And you're already ready, I assume, for his response, which is going to be a chivalrous offer to help.
yes, yeah,
You know,
exactly. So it'll just make
um,
things worse.
and so you're going to especially going to have to keep. I mean, Crowlem, he's not going to be able to confront Crowlem. He can't find Crowlem, and you've really not identified Crowlem to him. But Adabir is a person with a name
Right,
that he knows,
right.
and keeping them from confronting one another is going to be important for tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
Um,
so,
okay.
so I don't know. Is there a way you drown your sorrows? This is an interesting thing. We should roll for personalities, I guess.
Yeah,
It's like in stress, how do you relieve stress? That's a really
yeah. I'm
interesting point.
stressed, and there's not really anything I can do, except wait. So yeah, what do I
Right.
do?
So it's
um,
early evening, which is to say plenty of time to get drunk. Um,
yes,
um, uh,
drinking would be fun. I was thinking
yeah,
like my type of like I just do something I enjoy, or when
that's a good question. We should
like
roll.
if I because there's always the spear throwing guy. Like if I just want to practice throwing spears really hard, that's always a thing I
Right.
could do. It is feel like something we should roll maybe.
That's interesting. Like, and of course, there's not going to be one answer. There's going to be there's going to be a possibility of several answers. So I
Right,
wonder
you
what the
got to narrow it
categories.
down.
So stress.
I feel like confronting it through. Um, well, yeah, I don't know. There's a
So
lot of
like I'm trying to think of ways to categorize it,
yeah,
right?
narrow it down. Yeah,
So that like we say like for instance, pleasure, like food, drink, smoking,
right.
socialization.
I
Um,
think maybe the first question is, do I like ignore the stress, try to distract myself, or do I kind of like embrace it and like just do something like kind of
well, the
like
only
go
thing
to
you
a
could
party? It's like if you're stressed out, you might like go.
oh, that's a different type of distraction, though, right?
Yeah, I guess they both are distractions.
Um,
I like Quinn's suggestion. Very existential. Go back to the manor and let it teleport her to parts unknown until the demon either escapes or dies. Well, Quinn, I don't know how long this demon lives, but it's been 5,000 years and he's still fine. So might be a long time.
Hasn't aged a day. You know, I was thinking I haven't really. I mean, it's been months since we talked about Crowlam's physical appearance, and
Yeah, yeah.
Crowlam is seemingly his natural form is that of sort of half scorpion, half sort of a fat scorpion or a spider with a tail, with the scorpion's tail. In fact, does he have two tails? He may have two tails. I can't remember.
He has two.
Yeah, he has two scorpions' tails. He's enormous. He's somewhere between 75 and 150 feet across. It's hard to tell from the images that Brise got in connection with him. And of course now he has forward claws like a scorpion. One of those is now ripped off and burning in the fire. What's your view on drinking?
I enjoy it. It says I enjoy a drink.
And food is not going to be one of yours.
Nope.
And we don't. How are you with like how social a person are you?
So it says not really one for crowds or partying. So I'd probably actually just be with a close friend or be alone.
Right. Yeah, enjoy drink. Dislike. So I guess the other possibility is so the highest roll of these. So all of them are mid-range except for drinking. So so that includes I also rolled for like working to distract yourself when you're stressed, like focusing on a task.
Yeah.
To give you positive options as well. So all of them came up in the 40s except for drink, which was in the 80s.
All right, that's a healthy approach to life.
Which is to say, if you want to do a healthier one, then make a self-discipline roll. You know,
exactly.
Try to struggle to, but you may not give a shit and just say it's fine.
Yeah, no, honestly, especially with like this type of stress, just a lot of social stuff, that makes perfect sense. That I just want to like have a few drinks,
right,
calm my nerves. So I think we'll be fine. Did you maybe add that to my character sheet, or
yeah, let's here, let me give you a.
And for everyone that wants to see, you can click on the links and see the character sheet live. Adding to it, including seeing the cult that I'm a very bad member of. Like, I'm trying to be a part of this cult of the 9 stars, but I've got all this other shit going on. I can't really research that.
How
do we want to word this bad boy?
I got a stupid S key on my keyboard. Oh, did I tell you I fixed my repeating? It's having words repeat when I was typing.
Yeah.
And I fixed it. I searched I phrased my search differently after some months of not searching. And people were having the problem with Macs.
Yeah, I understand.
With Macintoshes, but until they removed a drawing tablet driver.
Oh wow!
And so I removed it, and it
bizarre,
and it fixed it. And so I just got a problem with my S key not. I have to hit it the right way, and so that sounds like just dirt, but
Right, but the repeating is fixed. Yeah. As a person who does design verification engineering, I'm really curious what that test case looks like to like verify that issue.
Right.
Man, that's bizarre. Drawing tablet driver.
So yeah, really, really specific. Um, um, so to remind everybody while he's modifying his character sheet, so Kralum is sufficiently weak now that he can't even maintain possession of an animal before its physical form begins to deteriorate. And so it looks like he can only hang on to an animal now for a couple hours as opposed to days or weeks at a time.
Yeah.
It also means the end of his research in the various libraries in the keep because he is not able to focus enough. He's like me, basically. And so, um, and so there is some question as to how Kralum is going to get healed enough to be able to continue um, being of any use, or of course, in some senses, any threat to you.
Yeah.
Um,
We did propose that it's possible Verilag might at some point come in.
right. It
Out
is
of her
not
best interest, and that would also
right.
help him.
Where are we in terms of?
And so for everyone, I just added during dealing with stress, might focus on a task, socialize with a friend, nap, but most often drinking.
That's right.
Do with that. I like that. So, all right.
You might have to add that to the rolling, to our personality roller. So head down to the parlor and grab some drinks. Have drinks brought up to the room. What do you want to do?
Let's go down in the parlor for now, and just see how comfortable I feel. It's not too busy.
Yeah, I mean the parlor is exclusively for you, your use, Adabeers, Burlows, and the apprentice eye.
Oh, right. Okay. So there's
with
really
them
no one
gone,
here.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know that the staff will hang out in the kitchen. That's where they'll take their food,
Mm-hmm.
and rest if they're not out back. Taking a pipe or whatever. All right. So
Yeah, we'll just chill out, have a few drinks.
you have a few drinks, then you have a few more.
Okay.
You have a few more. Says my
Okay.
double aught.
When you wake up.
I will give you, if you wish to stop, I will let you roll to stop. Otherwise, it will be when you wake up.
I think I want to roll to stop because of Aldrich possibly coming
Sure.
tomorrow morning. So I'm going to roll for some self-discipline, and I roll a 17.
All right. Well, when you wake up,
Well, drinking.
roll for me.
Double on.
You have a very clear memory of a maid waking you. Wow.
All right, everybody. Brise died of alcohol poisoning.
Wow, this is fascinating. Well, there's no question as to who one of the spies is. This particular maid wakes you, asks you, are you okay? Are you all right? Oh, of course we can take that bottle upstairs. Takes a bottle and a glass with you upstairs, sits you down on the bed, is pouring you more drinks, and is asking you questions about what Adabeer is doing.
God.
Your double aught that you rolled was how much you remembered of the night.
Oh my gosh.
So she counted on you being so out of it that you wouldn't remember. and you know exactly who she is.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, as much as a human can, everything that happened.
Right. Wow, that's awesome.
You know that she added something to your drink that she said would make it taste better. This is not a run-of-the-mill maid. She has 2 daggers at her boot.
Ooh.
There are vials of 2 different substances on her other boot.
Wow.
You remember your answers. You told her that he was pursuing youth
Okay.
for himself and for Mia Grawl.
Mm-hmm.
You did mention Kralum by name. She pressed you on who Kralum was. Shit. And you told her.
Damn it.
You did not mention Verlag.
Okay.
I would probably type that specifically that you did not mention.
It just gets more and more spicy, doesn't it?
She did not seemingly believe you about Kralum.
Okay. Interesting. So if she was pretty open with pouring stuff in my drink and showing that she had daggers at her boot, she might have honestly believed me that Brise has amazing parts unknown.
What? Who said that? Gross.
Host said that. I wonder who that is.
The hostess with the mostess. And we all know the best scat. Okay. You love it.
Yeah.
You love it.
I think I need a drink now. Jesus.
That's right. In 15 minutes, you can get a drink. I do want you to come back with alcohol. That would be so funny. You're like, Karandrin's broken me.
Well, this is something someone else added beer to get really angry about.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Wow. So this is probably a spy for Mia Grawl, I think. Most likely.
That's interesting.
I guess it could be one for Algrid, but he's kind of left town.
Well, sure, but that doesn't mean she can't send messages.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they.
I guess you're right. I guess he still would be interested. He still would.
Yeah, his spies were here before he was.
Yeah, true.
It was just of such import. He wanted to lay eyes on things.
Yes.
Which is sort of a useless, but every boss does it, right? They just got to, get the willies out of them. And so they have to come lay eyes on things, and then they can sleep better at night, which is fine. We can give them that. But the impression you got, and she really was the spy, was very brazen, believing that you were totally sort of under her sway. And
right.
So you really got the impression she wasn't tight-lipped, I guess is what I'm saying, that she is with Mia Grawl.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
So it would be interesting to know if word of Kralum even makes it back to Lady Mia Grawl.
Yeah.
Although I suppose it'd be worth if you can find Crowlum, or if Crowlum can find you, you need to, if he can find a way to eavesdrop on conversations, it would be nice. It would be
Yeah.
nice to know whether his name is being mentioned at all.
Yes. Okay. So I was concerned. Yeah, that would also be important if Verilag has any, her associates are checking in on me and they hear the word being whispered around too about Crown. And that's
Right.
big,
Although
big.
you could still deny knowing.
I know, but it's very coincidental. Like I'm here and like everyone's.
Well, but that doesn't mean that Crowlum, she's not questioned you in the sense of, are you in league with him?
Yes.
But more like, you should avoid him if you encounter this name, this creature,
Right. I'm just. It doesn't help. Like my. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, that's certainly true here.
It's just like everything I do. If I don't do anything, or if I do anything, it just makes things worse. It
Right.
kind of seems like that way,
Right.
which is great. I love this game. I
How
mean, it's a lot of intrigue. So
with everything that's happened, how does it change Bree's opinion about fleeing this world?
that is a good question. I know I thought we did a specific role for that.
Yes, we did.
But I kind of wanted to revisit what I remember, because I probably put in my notes, like, what was the argument against that?
I think right now your feeling was that you weren't ready to leave,
Yes.
but of course, you've got a ticket out.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to leave. And the other thing I think was a bit of just a good idea of honor. It's like, well, I ambition, it's like I'm young, but this is something that I can handle. It's a lot, but I'm not a person who runs away from my problems.
Right.
Maybe I am now, as they've gotten
Sure.
inextricably worse. But
Yeah, as they they're not dramatically worse, but you are learning day by day, or certainly in the last few days, you've learned how little control you have over the elements that are ongoing.
yes.
Adabir, nothing has changed in Adabir's plan that we can tell. We just now know the full purpose of it, right? We're still going to be sapping power from Crowlum.
Yeah.
Which may sap power from Verilag, and it may increase Adabir's power enough to deal with Verilag. Who knows?
Yeah. There's still a lot of variables. There's still a lot of room for things to go right.
Yes.
But there's also the impending doom of something going wrong.
Yeah. The biggest problem is that one serious thing going wrong enough ends everything.
Right. Exactly.
And that can happen not quite at any time, but almost about every other day.
Yeah.
And all the things that go right take a lot of time.
Yes. Agreed. That is the problem. I'll write that down. Definitely has my opinion of to another world.
Well, we could roll for it is one thing I'm suggesting, but
Yeah.
but the other thing is, you can just reach a decision based on how you feel your character would act.
Yeah.
Because if you leave, it can't be part-time, right?
Right. It's a commitment. Yeah.
Although, if you left, Adabir doesn't particularly need you.
Right. Nor do the Eagles.
Right.
It might be worth just leaving for a year and coming back.
Right.
Yeah. If I do find a way back, yeah. Yeah, as I feel like my opinion it has improved the idea of like running away because that's a fair point. It's like now things are in motion. I'm a less part of the picture. I'm more of a liability now than an asset
Right.
to a lot of these things. Um,
Quinn voted
Quinn
for.
votes for peace the fuck out.
Oh, that's something I couldn't figure out what the P stood for, right? And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, it'd be great if he meant portal the fuck out. That would be fantastic, right?
Portal.
I'm gonna portal the fuck out. That's what I'm gonna do.
Ah, Brise has screwed this dimension up enough. Time for a new world to ruin.
There you go, Quinn. Brise is gonna destroy every. He's
Time to discover another ancient evil.
Brise is Brise is like Trump, just going one nation at a time
Dear Lord.
with.
Yeah, so I think I'm a little warming up to the idea of maybe once we know like things are in motion, I could maybe peace out for at least a year or so and just
Yeah.
see what happens. Um, but I'm not ready yet. Yeah, I think
Okay.
we'll just play it out a bit longer.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that you sort of you've moved to closer to that idea, but you feel there's time yet. So,
Mhm.
well, what do you think about taking a break and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll everyone grab a drink and we'll be back after just a few moments. Guys, thanks for joining us. We always appreciate it. You know, I'll drop the notes and stuff in again in case you guys want to take a look at them. Although, there we go. Sorry. Dadgummit. I cannot get this. There we go. So, I've forgotten I'd cut and paste other stuff. So yeah, so we'll be back after just a few minutes, guys. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you in just a few.
Stick around.
Hi, guys. Oh my God, we caught Max eating.
Trying to mid chew.
My Lord, that's so weird.
Indeed.
Well, thanks for hanging with us through the break. If you're just joining us, Brise woke up mid-morning, by the way,
Nice.
with just a mild headache, despite drinking who knows how much, and realize that one of Lady Meagral's spies within their quarters has um, has plied her with drugs during her drinking binge and questioned Brise intensely about Adabir's work. And we were going through and rolling things.
By the way, it's now May. Excuse me, May the 1st. What a great way to end the month.
That's right. Revealing all of your colleagues' secrets.
Is there like some holiday? April 30th is.
That's right. That's one of the things I intend to do within Karandrin is to go through and do festival dates.
Yeah.
For all the nations, or all the religions and things like that. Roll for me, sir. Yeah, there's the alcohol we promised you.
Damn it, caught me. 95. See, my rolls are better.
Wow, roll again and add it.
11.
So you sort of piece together the fact that at least this spy views you as sort of just unimportant cog in Adabir's workings. No questions were put to you about your role, your task, nothing.
Adabir's plans. Okay. That is good for me.
Yes. And for Aldrich, of course. So you wake, you have this flood of memories, and you're laying there and you're processing them. The light coming through your window tells you that it's mid-morning. Dear sweet Lord. Also, hey, is Aldrich here?
Right. I think the first thing I would do is definitely get myself washed up and ready for the morning.
You pop up and there's a note under your door.
Okay.
And you read it, and in very pretty goblin script, it says, Master Aldrich awaits you in the parlor.
All right.
Pressure. So roll to complete compose yourself in record time.
8.
Out the door you go.
This is the worst, worst thing I could possibly happen.
You throw on a house coat, you run your hands through your hair, and down you rush.
Can't make this stuff up.
And you should know that I should create a thing over here for her too. The spy here is it's a goblin maid you've seen come and go.
Yeah.
And her name is Anatek. Annatek. So, I should roll her.
I'll make sure I'm also in my clothes, my nicer clothes, just town clothes.
Well, that's what you slept in, so no problem there.
All right. Good.
He is, you rush past people, no sign of an attack. You swing into the parlor. People try to stop you because, hey, we should let you know there's someone in the parlor. And you're like, I know there's someone in the parlor. Get out of my way. Yeah, so you just blow by them all. And there he is, looking great, looking happy.
All right. I completely forgot. Have we kissed Aldrich and I don't even remember.
You have, in fact.
Haven't
we? Way to really.
I give him a kiss. Yeah, first kiss. I got like 1,000 experience points for that.
That's right, because
how much do I get for a second kiss?
You're about to find out. And of course, the question becomes where. Sorry, let me drop this on here real quick. I was doing Anatex info.
Anatex sounds like an evil corporation in like a Final Fantasy game.
That's it. I mean, I didn't want to bring it up, but that is it.
Taking over the world.
Holy crap. Holy crap. I mean, everything's fine. Man, they chose their spy well. Good Lord. This shouldn't really affect your play. So I'm going to tell you. So just like her, the NPC generator rolls for various skills.
Yeah.
So that if you have a conversation with them, I kind of know how much they know and don't know.
Yeah.
And so like local geography, which kind of makes sense for it to be high, but it's almost a 150.
Holy moly.
Cultural lore, 150.
Jeez.
Perception, 185.
Oh my God.
Which makes sense, right? And political lore, 131.
Like a ninja.
Well, like a very well-versed local.
Right, basically.
Wow. I mean, really is a perfect sort of, wow. Neat.
Clandestine spy, yeah.
Yeah. How interesting. Wow, and has goals of nothing. all of her goal rolls, her highest goal roll, which is, what motivates her, is a 51. That is crazy.
Oh, I'm just like spying. This is fun.
This is enough, really.
Gives me a thrill.
Yeah. 21, 51, 22, 42, 12. She cares about nothing. Interesting. Wow. All right. Sorry. Your cares, and I seriously rolled this. I rolled a 99 and a 42.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you just, wow, you just run to him and you break down crying.
Oh, all right. I'm not gonna argue with that.
You feel him gesture. You hear the attendees leave. He just holds on to you and tries to comfort you. I don't even know if I have Aldrich's personality rolled up.
Sure. Talk with him a lot and search him up in your database.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I feel like you might have referenced it before, yeah. Aldrich's personality has been erased.
That's right. Again, I'm gonna do let's do the NPC name. No. How crazy.
Really?
I don't have him rolled
Ooh,
up.
maybe it was erased or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, here we go, I guess.
I know, right?
Sure, they're just like really cold hearted.
That's it just turns out to be the worst person. Huh, wife abuse. I see that in the roll here. That's
His
good to know.
goals.
That's right. And his goals very high. That's neat. That's
Oh, good lord.
so all right, well there he is. Oh god, you guys are gonna murder each other. He has a patience of 3. Well, that is really funny.
People like getting ready for a date. Like we race to the front door. Like, why are
Why
you
are you not ready yet? This is hilarious. Okay, let's create him a new thing in the old personality dealio. There you go.
Oh man.
That was interesting. So, all right, now he is officially part of it. I need to check. There we go. And he is Brise's bow. All right, great. So um, he's very expressive and just clings to you. Um, um, yeah, he seems like an okay guy. And he sort of kisses you all over your face and and then yeah, you guys just wow, that was a double ought. So you guys just proceed to make out. Um, so
All right.
it is an enormous relief though to have him around. Like
Yeah.
it's an enormous relief. And if you're going to keep him safe, you need to resist, make a roll here to resist just spilling all your stresses.
Yes, I do. I do want to keep him safe, so I am going to try to resist that. So roll an 80.
Okay. So yeah, so you release information, but it's all in generalities that will not endanger him. Just
Yeah.
things have gone wrong with Adabir.
Hmm.
I've let him down, and we just had a falling out, and another associate feels like I'm incompetent and may have lost an arm. No, but you know what I mean. Roll for me.
72.
Hey, you pull back from him suddenly, and you think to yourself, "Hey, there was absolutely a dead rat in my room."
Oh, that morning.
Yep. And you just kind of push it off. You're just like, it's going to have to wait. This is
Okay.
me. I know all what that's about, whatever, right?
Yes.
And so you just get back to your guy and you guys just sort of talk and talk and talk.
Honestly, yeah.
Um, so he asks, what was, does this have anything to do with the reason for him having to delay um, before he arrived? Um,
I mean, again, I can respond. Just generalities, like that, and yeah, among other things, just generally the stress. It's a lot more political than I thought. There's a lot more um, rivalries and than I anticipated, and I just don't want to enmesh you in a lot of that.
well, I'm here to take care of you. not you take care of me. Surely it couldn't be as bad as you say.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I get to roll for him for lie perception when you talk to him. He is very oblivious, so good for you.
Excellent.
Um,
And I'll just nod and just hug him again. And just very happy that you're here now.
he says he's, that they're have his rooms ready, but and they're no doubt taking his bags up. But he had to see you first. He sort of, pulls you off of him and sort of, just soaks you in, and then says, "It seems like you've been into your cups recently." He sort of, teases you.
It's like, well, the alcohol here is pretty good. You'll find pretty good. One of the benefits of being in Noble's Keep.
Well, I am very grateful for you and for Adabir arranging all of this for me to sort of start my own career, and for you, and for to be near you is more than I could have hoped for.
Quinn, stop trying to ruin the moment with some kind of reference. I don't know what is.
What is he saying? Sorry, I was working on that.
Just loads and loads of penises.
You think he's trying to? You think he's trying to ruin the move? You see what Obi-Wan said down there?
Turns out, there's a
manifestation of Kralum.
Why does no one in the chat want my character to be happy? Like the moment I have a boyfriend, everyone's like, he sucks.
It's jealousy. That's what.
Yeah, he's perfect. What? Oh, wait a second. We did roll for him because you rolled that he's more beautiful than I am. What am I, like a 103 and he's like a 112 or something?
Yeah, but that's like not personality stuff.
Okay, I thought that was in the person I rolled. You just rolled for his beauty separately. Okay.
Right. Just so, because I try to get a quick physical description for you guys, so that if you're trying to find someone, you can't find them, you can give the physical description of someone asking about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yeah, good point.
And so
some people are jealous. He's just a beautiful man.
He is crazy. I mean, he's crazy high. He is the most attractive person I've ever rolled in Karandrin, PCs and NPCs.
I scored. Needless to say.
Yeah. Years and years ago, I had a player, a girl I dated in college, and she was totally uninfluenced by me. She was the most beautiful character up until now.
Yeah.
And I think you beat her, and then Aldra beat you.
Yeah.
And so, man, your kids are going to be frickin' Angelina Jolie Pitlins. So there's
I'll talk with him a while, but I know I don't want to keep him, and I might also have some stuff to do. So, however that I want to bring that up.
But what do you really have to do that's more important than this, though? Really?
Agreed. Yeah. So that's like, I would rather stay here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you probably will break away from him, probably to go fix yourself proper.
Yes.
So prior to that, Burlow comes in and asks for a word outside.
Sounds gay. I'm in.
Now, Bunny, are you referring to Quinn's comment? Because that does, I mean, hey, if that's your thing, I'm not here to, but who am I to judge what little bunnies need? But Burlow, asked if he could have a word and says, he says the master is much more calmed. He said that, any further discussions could be put off to tomorrow. He understands that you'll want to get reacquainted with Master Aldrich.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to tell him about the spy, though. That's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could pass that message through.
All I need to do is a note that, like, I know that this maid is a spy. Whatever. Add it in a tech.
Yeah. Do you need to? What are you going to say? Right. Like, what details are you going to include?
Right. I would include that. I guess. I mean, all I need to say is that she asked me questions and tried to.
So she's definitely a spy. She drugged me.
Yeah, she drugged me.
She's.
I'm just concerned about giving away. I don't want to mention that I gave away information. You know what I mean?
You don't want to mention? That's interesting.
Well, I guess. Okay.
I mean,
I'm afraid of Adamir having a heart attack. He gets angry really easily, and he's 95 years old. So,
I mean, but it's the next question that on everybody's mind is, what did you tell them?
Exactly. Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, if I just put that she did drug me and that I ended up slipping so-and-so information.
But tell him what you said.
Yes.
You're not leaving anything out.
Agreed. Yeah.
And are you going to mention that you mentioned Crowlum, but she didn't seem to believe you?
Yeah, I think that's important.
Okay.
If I'm going to say some information, might as well give that too. So.
Right. So why don't you make a note of that,
okay,
so we can keep track of what you have told Adabir.
So specifically that I know Anatek is a spy. She drugged me and I told information about and that what else that he and Miagral are seeking youth. She doesn't seem to believe me.
So yeah, and say urgent.
And also add or my role in.
Seem disinterested in your role.
Yeah.
So you send that off. You shoot upstairs. One of the servants from yesterday stops you on your way and tells you that if you're still looking for them, Batherin and Doshrik have returned this morning. Hey, Arpin. So, for those of you who are joining us, poor Brise got drunk last night, and it emboldened one of the household spies in Miagral's keep, and she questioned Brise and found out that Adabir is actually working on trying to make himself and Mia Grawl younger. Presumably, Mia Grawl knows some of this. But anyway, she mentioned to you that the two apprentices have returned. Tagrev, the mock elf apprentice for Adabir, he has not yet returned from his task. And they're taking breakfast in the dining room right now if you want to speak to them.
Okay.
And she bows and zips off.
I would like to speak to them at some point, but again, I think its priority is getting myself fixed up and
right, spending time with Aldrich.
Aldrich,
Oh,
yeah.
and that's the other thing for those of you just joining us is that Aldrich, Brise's.
Do you have a caption for Aldrich or no?
Oh, I should. Yeah, I should. I just actually went through and cleaned up some
of the old ones.
Yeah.
Even more handsome.
You know what I should do is let me hide it. Let me edit it because there we go. There we are. Because he's no longer in Convergence. He's simply from Convergence. You get ready. There is a rat chewing on the dead rat. As you saw. And the rat looks at you as you come in. You shut the door. And he looks at you and says, "What are you smiling about?"
Things a demon wouldn't understand. I want to turn the conversation. I do have a request for you, Crown, if you can.
Well, before we get to anything I would do for you, I tried to wake you last night, but you were quite under. Verlag appeared again last night.
Okay.
And after several hours, was able to staunch my enormous wound. I am stronger now.
Okay.
But she is still much to behold. I must have been on the road to death, or otherwise I don't think she would intervene. I am still quite weak, but now a form does not deteriorate on me.
Okay.
I will resume my research. Other than learning what the bottom of a liquor bottle looks like, have you learned anything?
I don't think I really need to tell him anything, because the only thing that happened really since I last saw him is the Eagles.
Well, and the spy.
Well, that's what I was. Okay, yeah. Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Yeah. So I do say that yes, spies around here have been able to pick up some information. the reason I was out so much is that I was drugged. And so if you can keep an ear out for any mentions of your name,
I mean, just as an
demon.
example.
Yeah, I don't know how to word. I guess it would just be you know, I was drugged and I may have let some information slip. So there may be some people now privy to you. Um, it would be helpful if we had an ear out listening for that sort of conversation.
That my fate should be tied to something so frail. Which one was it?
It was I mean, I say an Adatech and I describe her as best I can.
I know that little fool. Well, your goblin lord will have to find another spy.
I was drugged and I may have said a few things I shouldn't have. So now you just need to kill 3 or 4 people.
That's Quinn's post, gang. Like,
Pretty good. I'm curious. Like I was saying, Anatech. How? No, in the sense of ...
these forms must eat, as you see. I spend some time in various kitchens. You learn the names, whether you want to or not. Besides, the contacts I can make here may prove useful to me once I'm freed. I hear of some poor maid who longs to be loved. Once I'm returned to my realm, I can always reach out and make an offer.
So he came into this world, got imprisoned for 5,000 years, and he wants to do it again.
Well, he always wants to come, just to be able to come and go.
Just stay.
This is a game I've considered designing. Is like where you are, a cultist and worshiping a demon, and the demon's having you do more and more stuff and make more and more sacrifices, and so you're in this sort of juggling act of balance. Of like,
Right.
do I do this one? Do I beg off of this task? I think it'd be interesting.
Man, these demons, they can't do anything without someone else.
Well, that's right. I mean, that's why they make deals. And that's my assumption anyway. That's why they make
Yeah,
deals.
that's an interesting concept. Is like a demon is just unhappy where it is and needs to is driven to do that,
And just expand, right, and manipulate, and
Very interesting.
So,
okay. Well, then, I mean, I guess so it sounds like he's going to take care of Anatech. So,
the question is that in your best interest?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, probably not, because that would just worsen it would cause tension between Miagral and Adabir. So I might stop him. I'm going to stop him. Say, well, be careful. That might hinder, the research that's ongoing to free you. I think we might be able to deal with Anatech on our own.
You tend to your own business. And he scurries under a crevice in the wall, leaving a half-eaten dead rat. You can have the rest. Don't
thank you. Gee, I was gonna ask.
All right.
I don't have any spells to just clean up. There's no prestidigitation. Just get out of here. Well, I just have to go get another maid. Well, I'll finish getting ready and remember to get another maid to say, there are more rats in my room. Find out where they're coming from and get rid of it.
You get ready. You're largely done. There's a knock at your door. It is Burlow, looking urgent. He
this is one of those sessions where I have to take like tons of notes. I've already written like a paragraph of more of notes. It's like this happened. This person said that.
That's right.
A lot going
on. Needless to say, the master is not pleased. The trick will be, he says, to act as though nothing is wrong around Anatek. We mustn't let her know that we're on to her. And we might be able to feed her information that will keep her satisfied and on our side.
Mm-hmm.
As for your drunkenness, I'm afraid, in the strongest terms, he hopes you will not repeat that performance.
Tell
him to go to hell.
Yeah.
If I have an Adabir every now and then, that is nobody's business.
I mean, I want to say yes, but like things are just gonna get more and more stressful. So I'm like, I
don't know. Maybe Aldrich will help you there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now that he's here, so I'll say my deepest apologies. It was a lapse in judgment, but I think it'll be better from here on out.
Why don't you roll for me? You don't think he'd be a little pissed off being told what to do after?
Oh, that's true. I forgot my character is very uptight and like particular, like really doesn't like that. Change my response. Yeah.
Well, I mean, now there's a reason to try to rein in your anger. So
yeah,
I'm not saying
there is, but I don't know. I feel like my character is like that's strong enough for them to maybe mediate that response, not be as
accommodating.
Accommodating, yeah. What would I say instead? It's like, I will do my best, but
yeah, you are quick to forgive. We do remember that. We need to remember that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. But like in the moment, just hearing that, probably my immediate response is like, don't tell me what to do. I don't know, what would be like an appropriate kind of rebuttal.
Well, just roll. Let's roll for your initial reaction.
Okay. 98. I don't know if that's.
Well, that's actually good. So you're not particularly upset.
Okay.
So you can be as diplomatic as you want.
Okay. Well, then just saying that make my best effort to not repeat that. However, as you can imagine, things are very stressful for everyone here. Yeah, after all, he was the one who got extremely angry first. So
Yeah.
if I rolled lower, I probably would have said something about that, right?
I was like, yes. Yeah. I mean, I mean, a 50 would have been your typical response, which probably would have been a little terse,
Yeah.
right? Because you're not being told how to do something. You're told whether to do something, and you're like, I'm an adult. But you roll really high, which means you're totally in mastery of yourself.
Right.
So you get ready. You go back down to Aldrich. Stop and ask someone to bring you breakfast, probably.
Yeah.
You guys sort of eat and dine and just just sort of sit very close on the couch or settee, and you serve yourself off the little coffee table in front of the fire. Is there anything you want to accomplish specifically with him? Is there things you need to tell him?
That's a good question. I was kind of thinking about that. It has been a long time. There's been a lot of developments.
And you need to urge his discretion enormously.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I want to tell him give him a loose idea of the kind of politics going on. Tell him that there are definitely spies and there are people who may be trying to get information out of us. But I don't think I need to be too specific.
I mean, you would need to. I mean, would you say something like, the overall politics of the area, as you understand them, is that Miagral and neighboring Algrit are rivals.
Yes.
And so there's some tension there. There is, and we know that Miagral is very cagey, very cunning. She tends to watch newcomers. And so even though this is a friendly relationship, this arrangement with Adabir's company, if you will, and Miagral, Adabir is a very private person.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfect way to describe it, I think. Yeah. Just
is there anything else that I don't
think.
I think there's the big points, right?
Yeah. Don't need to mention anything about Kralum specifically.
He does ask you about the sort of the great issue that hung over you in Convergence, and asks where that situation lies.
This is true. I did mention that. But I want to just kind of dissuade him. I don't think I want to connect that with what's going on here.
You don't have to. He's not asking you to.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I would probably just lie and say, it's...
Quinn has suggested a response. You see it down there? Mind your own business. Patriarchy. Well, there's going to be some patriarchy here, no doubt.
I mean, honestly, I think I'm just going to lie and say, I think that's much better now. And I'm focusing on other things.
I wish you would not be so secretive.
That's the life of an adventurer, unfortunately.
Sometimes. He sort of sits in silence and wrestles with pressing it further, clearly decides against it. And,
sharp person. Just kidding.
You guys talk somewhat longer.
I would like to bring up that I've still been adventuring, while I'm here, I may every now and then leave for a day or two. But I've returned every time. I'll say.
Well, and you can, and you'll be able to send notes to him before you go. Although I imagine now
True.
you probably actually go and see him, before you go.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. But before I leave, I'll make sure to let you know, and obviously spending time with you is my priority.
well, he suggests like once you're finished eating, he needs to, of course, report in and get his room in order and all that. And would
Mhm.
you like to accompany him as he does all that? And we can just roll through all that, unless you've got tasks you think are more pressing.
Um, let's see. Yeah, the one thing I really want to do ASAP is the Eagles. Making sure I find a place in the valley, kind of a good teleport location that's just I can camp out there if they need to find me. Um, but that can happen later today. So
Sure.
I think I will accompany him then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just roll through very quickly. He
Yeah.
goes to his, you go to his quarters, which are, they're actually in the keep. They're sort of a decent tradesman's quarters.
Hmm.
He has a room and a private parlor adjoining, and they're up on the third level on your side of the compound, but they're actually in the keep. Um, so you can, find your way back there. You feel.
Yeah.
Um, when he gets there, you sort of help him put away clothes, and he has several trunks,
Yeah.
um, and servants help as well. A note comes from his supervisor, who's going to be overseeing his work, um, and so it's around probably early afternoon where he has to take his leave of you, and then go to actually report in for work and find out
Gotcha.
what that's going to be like. Keep in mind that you now have a significant other that you're going to have to be negotiating your time with. And
Yes.
so, he asks about supper tonight. Um, what, if you have plans.
Yeah, that's true. I don't. So much of like Roll Master is like I go somewhere. This should only take a day, and then like 7 days later,
All right.
I honestly. Oh my god. I mean, I would just say I will try to be there. Um,
Well, where's there?
oh,
You
you meant like plans isn't? Yeah. Okay.
just meet in the parlor, I guess, and you can have someone cook you something.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cook for the whole house. So,
Yeah. Let's say that. If I can make it, we'll meet in the parlor around
um,
supper time.
if not, you'll leave a note with Burlow.
Yes. How did I get? Wait, hold on, hold on. I need to think through this because I was planning to. Yeah, if I do want to go out and start like searching the wilderness for something that's going to take probably
But
all
you
day.
won't need to search. Why would you search the wilderness for this location?
I need to go find a location and like go out and
But
you know
you can, but you have a mountain view. Do you see what I
I could
mean?
just teleport somewhere. You're right, and be
Right.
back.
You can say, I think I can stand on that meadow down there, and it's within range of my teleport.
Man, Kevin, why are you such a good like player? Of I'm like
I
I'm
tell
like I'm
you,
gonna march down there. It's gonna take me 3 days. Like
and I've been so
it's so good.
yeah,
So
make
true.
it very visual. That's the way that I do it.
Yeah.
So like this is why I learned that players play robotically, and I was trying to solve it. Right, because like I said, you'd have two players talking, and then one would just turn and walk off and
Yeah.
not tell this person where they're going. then they would get in trouble. This other person would get in trouble. They can't find them. They have
Exactly.
no idea which path they took.
Exactly.
And so I make it very visual in my head. And so I'm like, oh, he's on a mountain. So once he kind of gets out away from the keep, and he's like, I can't be, you don't want to be near the town exactly. So if he can find a path that goes around the mountain, any of the paths that sort of turn slightly away from town and just show the woods, any bald patch in the woods he could see and teleport to. And so I just made it very visual.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I don't know if you play that visually, but if you put yourself there, physically there, so much easier.
Yeah, I tried to. It's for me, it's more of like there's so many things I could do.
Right.
Like I've like 50 spells I can cast. Like it's hard to remember like which ones are like, utility, and like I sometimes forget like teleport to location.
Use these.
Like,
Just use these. And
yeah. No, because so many times I'll teleport based on memory, and I forget sometimes I could just see a spot and teleport.
Right.
So it's just
so that shouldn't take you long. I mean, really, if
Yeah.
you get on the other side of the mountain, if there are trails or whatever that get around out of sight of the keep,
Yeah.
then you could get picked up there or make contact there.
That too, yeah.
But these are probably her lands in the sense of hunting and things like that, hunting on the mountain.
Right.
So there might be guards around keeping off poachers.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it would be good, like a location further away. So
yeah.
But come back to the original discussion. I tell him, yes, I shall be there. I'll leave a note in the parlor for a separate time.
All right. And so off he goes, off you go. It's early afternoon. Is there something you'd like to try to accomplish now? Is it a good stopping point? We are close to 9.
I would like to try to get that teleport spot done.
Okay.
We can just do that. So I'll, leave the keep. We'll try to do that and just say that's done, in case I ever need to return there.
So you ask a guard on the way out about what roads or trails might be on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you there are a number of riding trails throughout. That many of the royal household, though not Lady Meagrol herself, they're all accomplished riders.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a network here and down in the valley. He does tell you that you should go turn right off the road. The ones to the left really are reserved for the nobles.
Mm-hmm.
To be discovered there would be an affront.
Right.
And so the other ones are more widely used by guests and so on. And so, from entering town from that direction, there are more homes up that way, but oh well. If they see an eagle, then they can take it as a bad omen and shove it.
Exactly.
You'll be some cloaked figure, whatever. So,
that's fine.
So you sort of head down that way. Should roll for level of activity today since you're out in the woods. Okay. My pens are getting caught up in my dice.
Your pen is caught in your dice.
That's right. Wow. Well, it's one of those days.
Oh boy.
Wonder what that would be. So you're it's been a couple hours hike. You're just trying to find a nice, decent patch where there'd be enough space in the trees for an eagle to come down, and where you could be visible. I don't know what this should be, because whatever it is,
it should be nothing.
It's not good.
Oh my God.
So
you asked me to end the session. I probably just said, yeah.
You probably should have.
Now I want
at least it'll be a lovely cliffhanger.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I
am on a mountain, so a cliffhanger is quite possible.
Oh my God, that's so bad. It's so bad. I don't have my charts out because we were in town. It's definitely a troll. Except that it's all bone. It is a skeletal troll.
Skeletal troll. Is that more dangerous or less dangerous than normal troll?
Roll for me.
75.
With your reading adventurers' tales and so on, unfortunately, it would be stronger than a normal troll.
It doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Doesn't make any sense?
I'm just kidding. It has no muscle. Is it? What is it?
There is a handful of javelins hung from a ragged sack on its back, sort of as a makeshift quiver. And it carries a battle axe in one hand. Its back is to you. You were walking not particularly loudly, not particularly quietly. And it rises from the slope below you, clearly having heard you. It is maybe 30 feet away.
Oh my God.
And it just rises. Fortunately, your level and its head level are separated by the crown of a tree. And it is clearly peering, trying to see, but it's moving just sort of very, it's not sort of raging out. This is one of those times where I regret being a bad game master and not asking you what gear. It's not really state of readiness. I don't know that you have anything on you.
Yeah, I forgot to say that if I was or not. I would have my typical adventurer gear. I would have geared up before, but that's my fault for not saying that. I drink a potion of troll strength. Just go toe to toe with this guy.
That is not a bad idea. I mean, if ever there's a time to do it, jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I think it's a good place to stop.
I think so. So, was it like 30 feet away, peering over to try to find me? But it hasn't seen me yet.
Yes. Yeah. So,
all right.
Early afternoon. So, yeah.
Next session might be the last.
Yeah. Jeez. There you go.
It's almost session 40, actually. It's going to be session 39.
It's going to be session 39 next week. I don't believe I have any conflicts. Well, guys, thanks again for a fun time. We are always grateful for you. I I certainly hope that we make it through next episode.
Reese just doesn't get a break, does she?
I rolled so. I mean, it wasn't a crazy high roll for the fact of an encounter, but what
Right.
it was
Extremely negative and extremely powerful.
yes. So it was open ended. Um,
Hell yeah.
Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. As always, like and subscribe, and check out Max's pages, his channel on YouTube, discussing video games and music. Look at his character sheet for Brise, equipment and notes as well. Hop to our donate page and send us a little love if you like what you're hearing. But we've had a great time. I've written a novel. Go look at that. And thanks as always to Elliot Dunovitz for the terrific art on for Brise. You can find her stuff at I always mispronounce it. Pronounce it for me.
Tortilla.
Tortula at artstation.com/Tortula. But you can find the link in the chat. I'll drop it in there one more time. But we always appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Max, do you want to say goodbye to these lovely people?
I do. I hope you all enjoyed the session. It was a lot of talking and kind of stuff going on, a little bit of emotional things too. I enjoyed it. So yeah, tune in next week, next Wednesday the 23rd, for some more Karandrin goodness.
That's right. It's going to be fun, gang. We thank you for everything you guys bring to the stream. Your presence in the chat's always hilarious, and let your friends and buddies know about us, and we'll keep producing content. So we'll see you next week, guys.